There's nobody holding you. It's like Lagos, they will hold you, like they would actually pull your hand, like, and to come this way or no, come this way, and then when you refuse, they will insult you. They don't send anybody, they will insult you.
Vanessa.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time seeing this pretty face, please don't let this be the last by clicking on the subscription button. We both know that I'm a beauty. We know that I am a spec. So in order for you to constantly see me on your screen, please subscribe and also click on the notification button so you're notified every time I upload new content. And if you are an OG, if you're an old subscriber, my G, welcome back to a new video, and I'm happy to see you all here. So I'm just going to, my name is Vanessa, by the way. Sorry, I was supposed to say that first. Yeah, I just got carried away. But my name is Vanessa and I'm a Cameroonian content creator, and today I'm going to share my experience in Nigeria. So sometime in 2018, I went to Nigeria for law school. I went to Abuja first. I was in Abuja for a period about three and a half months. And during that space of time, like, I didn't really have an experience because I was there for a very short period of time. And if you know where the law school in Buhari is, like, law school Buhari is like out of Abuja, kind of. So there was literally no life there. In order for you to have any sort of experience, you have to go into town. And Uber is not cheap, so from Buhari to town every day, it didn't really make sense. So I didn't really have the Abuja experience. But for Bar 2, I moved to Lagos. That is where I had like the total experience, the shebang. That's where I had everything. Lagos is my city, Lagos is my town, and I'm really grateful that I ended up in Lagos. It actually taught me a lot. So today I'm going to share with you guys my experience. I'm going to share with you guys the things that shocked me, the things that triggered me, or more things shocked me big time. So we're going to talk about it on this video. So get comfortable, get water, get a drink, get whatever, and let's go straight into the video, yeah? So the first experience I'm going to talk about is the transportation experience. And to be honest, there are too many things that shocked me. When I was going to Lagos here, you know, you see Lagos traffic in movies, people tell you about Lagos traffic, but you don't really expect it. You cannot really dip it until you're in that situation. I'm telling you now for free that Lagos traffic is mad. Lagos traffic can frustrate your life. There was a day that I was in traffic for almost 5 hours and I felt like I was losing my mind. To be honest, the only thing that made me comfortable in that traffic is the fact that if I was hungry, I could get food. If I was thirsty, I could get water. Like, I can literally do shopping in Lagos traffic. It's that deep. You can buy yam, plantain, tomatoes, pepper. They sell small shops in traffic, water, drink, whatever you want. You would find it in traffic. Which, looking at the business side of it, is not a bad idea because these people are making a lot of money. So if for the most part of your day, you're spending 4 or 5 hours in traffic, and those 4 or 5 hours, you have to buy something. Like, at some point, you would give up. You would buy water, you would buy something. So the roadside seller is selling, is making a lot of profit. And it's just crazy. Like, I never really understood the magnitude of that traffic until I was in that traffic. In Cameroon, we really don't have traffic that much. If we're going to have traffic, I'm going to be in traffic for what, max 30 minutes, which is already frustrating as it is. And there's nobody that sells anything in Cameroonian traffic, so you really don't see anybody selling. In Lagos traffic, the first time I saw it, it was like I was in a movie. Like, they sell, if you want a shoe rack, you find it in traffic. If you want slippers, you find it in traffic. Name it, name whatever you want, you will see it in Lagos traffic because it's literally right there. They just pass left, right, and center, and you just pick whatever you want and you buy, and you're in the car. You're like, oh, you're already here, I might as well shop. If you had nothing to go home to, if you needed food to cook, you would find the food in traffic, so you just buy it because there's no point. You would get to the market late and come back late. So Lagos traffic is just an experience. And then the Uber and Taxify. I actually love Uber and Taxify because it's so convenient. The fact that, you know, I sit in my house and I order a ride and it takes me from point A to point B is like so convenient. The fact that I don't have to go under the sun, I don't need to get burnt for stuff, like I don't need to do all of that. It's so convenient for me. In Cameroon, at the time that I was living, we didn't really have any ride or car companies that offered like rides. And it's honestly so frustrating because you have to, you know, you have to leave your house, walk a distance, go to the road, get a taxi, and then in the taxi you're now seated as if you're in prison. because Cameroonian taxis sometimes they have 4 people behind and 2 people in front, and they just overload for no reason, and it's hot and it's stuffy, so sometimes it's just really frustrating. But the fact that I could go to Lagos, and like the ease of my movements, like it was just really convenient. But it's not cheap. It's not cheap. It's for I would say a reasonable price, because those drivers, they enter traffic and all of that. But I just love how convenient it was for me to get from point A to point B without having to stress, and I'll still be in a car that offers aces. I feel like Cameroonian companies, I hear that there are a couple now that offer ride services. Maybe one day I'll try one, but the reviews I've heard are not so encouraging. Since we don't have like those things actually mapped out, they might take you to the wrong location, and picking somebody up and actually dropping the person off is such a hassle, because you can't trust Google Maps. So it's just a frustrating experience. So on that part, I loved the experience in Lagos, I can't lie. The second experience I'm going to talk about is the safety experience. Before leaving for Nigeria, like I heard a lot of stories, and I had people who came to me to advise me to like no night movements, not going to places that you don't know, moving with somebody, beware of ritualists and culture, like all those things. Like the stories are just crazy, because on a daily you just hear those stories. And if you're on IG and you follow, what's the guy's name, Joro, and you follow all this Insta blog and everything, you just see crazy things that happen in Nigeria every day. So it didn't really have like the cleanest rep. So when I was going there, everybody was like, okay, you have to be careful of this and that and that. And to be honest, I'm just grateful to God, because it can only be God. I have never had a bad experience in Lagos. Maybe because as God would have it, and I was fortunate enough to live in a secure area, and so I've never really had a personal encounter with any of those things. Like I've never met a ritualist. God is saving me. That's the only thing I can say, because God has really been good to me. He has been. And I've been protected from all of those things. I really have nothing to complain about. So from this experience, I would say it has been good to me. Now we're going to talk about the market experience. Market. So if you're for food markets here, food markets in Lagos is actually really easy. There's not a lot of hassle, but the clothes market, if you have gone to Balogun market before, you would understand what I'm talking about. In Douala we have like clothes markets for, Kululu, Mokolo, that's Yaoundé, Marché Central, Douala, and those places here. You see how stuffy the market is. It's nothing as compared to a Nigerian market. It's nothing as compared to Balogun market. I'm using that as an example because I've gone there a lot, and I'm telling you that the market is crazy. Like literally, once you enter Balogun, once you even drop and you're coming down, you have like people just all around you shouting. You have people holding your hand, telling you, do you want to buy a wig? Do you want to buy top? Do you want to buy this? They say, go to Mandilas. They take you all sides. They're like, do you want to do this? And if you don't know where you're going to, if you're actually in a market alone, you would actually get lost, because I'm telling you that you just see somebody taking you up the stairs in one building, and you're going behind to locate the store that you're going to buy something at. So you have to be very careful in the market, and I would advise you, please go with somebody. Don't do it. Don't go alone, because the possibility of you making it out of that market in one piece, 0 to none. Not because it's not secure. Obviously, it's a market, they steal and they do stuff like that, but it's just so confusing, especially when you have too many people talking to you at the same time. It's like everybody shouting, like there are like 10 people that are talking to you. Oh, come, let's go and buy wigs from wholesalers. You have another 20 talking to you about where to get clothes. You have food on the road, you have slippers on the road. Like you're just being bombarded from all sides. In Cameroon, we really don't have that. Once you go to the market, there's nobody talking to you. There's nobody distracting you. There's nobody telling you that, oh, come. There's nobody holding you. It's like Lagos, they will hold you. Like they would actually pull your hand, like, auntie, come this way, or no, come this way. And then when you refuse, they will insult you. They don't send anybody. They will insult you. So here, I will not say the market is peaceful here, but there's peace. There's nobody shouting. There's nobody forcing you or coercing you to go somewhere. There's nobody being like overly aggressive. And the market experience, it really shocks me. Like I wasn't expecting it. It's like those things, nobody tells you that, oh, when you go to the market, they're going to pull your hand and all of that. You just get there and then it happens, and then you're in shock. You're like, oh my God, why are you touching me? Especially in COVID period. But it was a crazy experience. So Balogun Market is good. Everything you're looking for on this planet, you would find it in Balogun Market. Shein, Fashion Nova, everything you would find it there. Literally, you just need to have a picture of whatever you want, and you would find it. As for Cameroon Market, the last time I went to a Cameroonian market, it's been too long. But the last time I went there, they were doing quite good. They were building stores, and I feel like they have quite a number of foreign clothes coming in now. And yeah, we're getting there. There's still a lot of progress to be made, but we'll get there one day. Now let's talk about the cost of living in Lagos. Lagos is expensive. The things you see in Lagos, it go shock you. Lagos is expensive. I can't emphasize this enough. Like, Cameroon, we're blessed. You guys don't know it. I'm telling you that people are blessed. Like, from food to housing to transportation, from life in general, we are just blessed. Like, the cost of living here is way more affordable than living in Lagos. Let's first of all start from food. Lagos, they don't have as much food as we do here. That's a fact. Cameroonians are blessed. We are blessed with food, especially from the northwest and places. We're just blessed with a lot of food, and that's why you can go to the market with 100 CFA francs. You'll have like a wrapping full of pepper and everything. But in Lagos, you can't try that. Lagos is not your mate. You can't try that. You wouldn't have food. Like, going to the market with 1,000, like what you would buy for 1,000 in the market, you'd just be surprised. You'd be like, are you laughing at me? Like, what did I just buy? Because it would never be enough to sustain you. Like, that's why Lagos is so crazy expensive. Like, everything there, it's so expensive. And as a Cameroonian, like, you don't really expect, like, you're used to buying, tomatoes 100, 200, 300, at most 500. You get there and then you see people who are buying tomato 1,000, 2,000, and then what they're giving them for 1,000 or 2,000 is like, you can't see what they are buying. I'm telling you that we are blessed in the food department. Now, for housing in Lagos is so expensive. I'm sorry, I don't know much about the housing on the mainland because I was on the island, and because law school is on the island, so I had no other option but to be on the island, because I don't want to be leaving mainland to island every day in that traffic. It's just a whole lot of stress. And I was blessed that I had family in Lagos that just helped me with accommodation, so I really do not have to pay for housing. But the lowest price I have seen anybody personally rent in Lagos is 500k, and 500k CFA, that's like 1 million, 1 point something. Now the naira has dropped, it's almost the same thing, but at that time, that was the price. And I'm telling you that if you see what the person got for 500k on Lagos Island, like, it's like a cubicle. Like, when you pay 500k, you cannot even see what you have paid for. It's like they've given you one small place that you just put your bed, and then that's it. It's so expensive. What's of all going to live in Lekki? With 500k, I mean, you would have like a good accommodation in Aja, or like maybe Jakonde, Agungi, that area. But in Lekki, don't try it. You'll be living, I don't know where you would even put your bed. Like, it's that bad, it's that small. And then you have to pay service charge for some people. Some people pay service charge, you have to pay legal fees, all of that at the start, and it's just crazy expensive. In Cameroon, once you're renting a house, you don't pay legal fees, you don't pay all of that, you just pay the rent. And the rent of 500k, I would have like my room, my parlor, my kitchen. I would have a very suitable studio, and I would live a good life. But in Lagos, it's not the same thing. First off, the currency is different, the naira is higher, so obviously there's that difference. And then also because the situation of the whole country is just expensive on its own, so there's just no how. If you don't have a proper source of income, you will not be able to sustain the lifestyle that you want. So cost of living in Lagos is really high. So for transportation, I know I said I love Uber and Taxify, but Uber and Taxify is actually not the cheapest option. You can take a bus, and then they have bikes, but they banned bikes, so bikes now run only in like estate areas. They no longer run on the road, and they banned keke as well. But I think kekes are coming back to the road gradually. I think I've seen a few, but Uber and Taxify, it's so convenient. You're in your AC, you're enjoying life, but it's not the cheapest option. Here you wake up, you pay your taxi 250, you have gone to one point, or you have spent 500 max on transportation. Uber, from just leaving my house to like the road, I would spend about 500 naira, which is like 1,000 CFA, which is really, expensive, especially if you're on a budget, you're a student, or it's from your allowance. You cannot afford to take Uber all the time, so it's not really comparable. So the cost of living in Lagos is really high. it's way higher than Cameroon, and Cameroon is way affordable. It took some time for me to, adjust, to know the territory, to budget, and know when and when not to take this. I actually, I don't think I've taken bus. No, I've taken bus once before. I've taken bus once, and I think I just wanted the whole experience of just entering the bus and seeing how the bus was like. But I'm grateful to God that I didn't have to do that multiple times. Those that do that in Lagos traffic, heat, sun, everything, I respect you people. And yeah, but I think that's it. That sums it for this experience. There's really nothing much to say apart from this. Now let's talk about the electricity experience. NEPA. NEPA. Guys, so wait. When they take lights in Cameroon and Cameroonians are shouting like, "Enyo, how dare you give us this?" I'm telling you that until you have no, short, it's because you have not met NEPA. If you meet NEPA, you would respect. What I mean, you would respect it. You would prefer Enyo. Sorry, I keep talking. For those that don't know, Enyo is our electricity company / supplier, whatever. So Enyo is by far better off than NEPA. Not because Nigerians don't have the resources to have stable electricity, but the government is the government and it is what it is. So in the electricity department, it's just in shambles. NEPA doesn't have any respect for anybody. So if you're going to Nigeria, or if you're in Nigeria, you'd probably have like a gen, or you'd have an inverter. And inverters, I don't know how to explain this for Cameroonians, because in Cameroon we really don't have inverters. I also knew the meaning of an inverter when I traveled to Nigeria. So inverter is not solar. It's like an appliance that allows you to have electricity for not all your devices, but particular devices. Anyway, it depends on how powerful your inverter is. So you have lights when NEPA goes off, but you can't put on your AC and stuff like that. Just light appliances. At least your light is on. You can charge your phone. You can use your TV. So basically, that's how an inverter runs. So you probably have like your inverter, or you'd have your gen, and with the gen you have to foil it. There's just a whole lot of factors. And then what I realized is, at this point, when I enter Lagos, I used to hear this trumpet. It's not a trumpet. I used to hear this horn here. It's like a massive horn. When they tell you that the trumpet will sound for everybody to hear, it's like the trumpet sounding for everybody to hear. And I used to be so surprised, like, what is going on? And then when you hear it, you actually hear people shouting, "Oh, NEPA!" It's crazy, because they're just trying to tell you that there's light. That light is back, so you can turn on your appliances and all of that. In Cameroon, we really don't have that. Even if they take light, there's literally no notification to tell you that light is back. It just comes on. We don't have a horn or anything that signifies that, okay, there's light now. No, we don't have that here. Here, Cameroon light is actually pretty constant. Like, I can count on one hand the amount of times I've taken light around me since I came back, and that is like one of the best things of Cameroon. Like, our electricity is very stable, and sometimes if they want to take light, or if there's a transformer that is bad, or if they're working in your area, they send you a message. They actually send you an SMS to tell you that, okay, between this time to this time we'll be working on the light, and it would no longer be available, and the light will come back when we're done working, or they will give you a period of time where you should expect light to come back and all of that. So Enyo is actually doing a good job, even though they need to step up their game though, because they need to be perfect. But I'm not complaining, because I've met worse. So we thank God for Enyo. Okay, so now let's talk about the dating experience. Nigerian men I have seen, and the things that I have been through.